When did the Berlin Wall finally come down? It culminated in one of the most famous scenes in recent history, the fall of the Berlin Wall. The wall came down partly because of a bureaucratic accident, but it fell amid a wave of revolutions that left the Soviet-led communist bloc teetering on the brink of collapse and helped define a new world order. What was Matthew Hopkins famous for in the 17th century? Matthew Hopkins was an English witch hunter whose career flourished during the English Civil War. He claimed to hold the office of Witchfinder General, although that title was never bestowed by Parliament. His activities mainly took place in East Anglia. Hopkins' witch-finding career began in March 1644 and lasted until his retirement in 1647. In what century did the Peasants' Revolt take place? Peasants' Revolt, also called Wat Tyler's Rebellion, first great popular rebellion in English history. Its immediate cause was the imposition of the unpopular poll tax of 1381, which brought to a head the economic discontent that had been growing since the middle of the century. Who was the wife of the future Henry VI's older brother, Arthur? Catherine of Aragon was Queen of England from June 1509 until May 1533 as the first wife of King Henry VIII. She was previously Princess of Wales as the wife of Henry's elder brother, Arthur. Who sent the Spanish Armada to England in 1588? The Spanish Armada was one part of a planned invasion of England by King Philip II of Spain. Launched in August 1588, La Felicissima Armada, or the Most Fortunate Fleet, was made up of roughly 150 ships and 18,000 men. Which American president was in power during the Black Thursday Wall Street crash? The relief and reform measures in the New Deal enacted by the administration of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, 1882 to 1945, helped lessen the worst effects of the Great Depression. However, the U.S. economy would not fully turn around until after 1939, when World War II revitalized American industry. Where were Charles I's headquarters during the Civil War? In September 1642, the Earl of Essex, in command of the parliamentarian forces, left London for the Midlands, while Charles moved his headquarters to Shrewsbury to recruit and train an army on the Welsh marches. Who was the last Tsar of Russia? Nicholas II or Nikolai II Alexandrovich Romanov, known in the Russian Orthodox Church as Saint Nicholas the Passion Bearer, was the last emperor of all Russia, ruling from 1 November 1894 until his forced abdication on 15 March 1917. Confucius was Confucius was a Chinese philosopher and politician of the Spring and Autumn period. Who assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria in 1914? Their luck ran out later that day, however, when their driver inadvertently drove them past 19-year-old Serbian nationalist Gavrilo Princip, who shot and killed Franz Ferdinand and his wife at point-blank range. Austria-Hungary was furious and, with Germany's support, declared war on Serbia on July 28. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? Edward the Confessor died childless on 5 January 1066, leaving no direct heir to the throne. 4 people all thought they had a legitimate right to be king. The Reformation was? Attempts to reform, change and improve the Catholic Church and the development of Protestant churches in Western Europe are known as the Reformation. The Reformation began in 1517 when a German monk called Martin Luther protested about the Catholic Church. His followers became known as Protestants. Where was the first British colony in the Americas? The first permanent British colony was established in Jamestown, Virginia in 1607. Over the next several centuries, more colonies were established in North America, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. Where was Napoleon Bonaparte born? Napoleon Bonaparte was born in Ajaccio, on the French island of Corsica, on August 15, 1769. Who was the mother of Emperor Nero and the wife of Emperor Claudius? Julia Agrippina, also called Agrippina the Younger, mother of the Roman Emperor Nero, and a powerful influence on him during the early years of his reign. The Renaissance was? The Renaissance was a fervent period of European cultural, artistic, political and economic rebirth following the Middle Ages. Generally described as taking place from the 14th century to the 17th century, the Renaissance promoted the rediscovery of classical philosophy, literature and art. In 1969, the Apollo 11 landed on Apollo 11 was the spaceflight that first landed humans on the moon. Commander Neil Armstrong and Lunar Module pilot Buzz Aldrin formed the American crew that landed the Apollo Lunar Module Eagle on July 20, 1969, at 2017 UTC. In which country is the Bay of Pigs? On April 17, 1961, 1,400 Cuban exiles launched what became a botched invasion at the Bay of Pigs on the south coast of Cuba. Marie Curie was the first woman to receive the For her research in radiation phenomena, Curie became, in 1903, the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize. French academics originally proposed only her husband and Henri Becquerel, but Pierre Curie insisted that his wife share the honor. Who, according to popular myth, chased all the snakes out of Ireland? Patrick banishes all snakes from Ireland. The more familiar version of the legend is given by Jocelyn of Furness, who says that the snakes had all been banished by Patrick chasing them into the sea after they attacked him during a 40-day fast he was undertaking on top of a hill.